In the 1 minute time frame, most traders lose not because of a lack of tools, but because they don't read the levels and don't use the psychological conditions of candlesticks. In this video, you'll learn how, just by combining levels and candlestick psychology, you can make more precise decisions for entering 3-minute trades. Hello friends, I'm Babak. Today, in live trading, I'm going to teach you several highly practical techniques that I personally use in my own trades, and today I want to share them with you. In the trades we're going to do together, I'll be teaching you these techniques. If up until now you've primarily entered binary options trades based on guesswork and luck, then this specific training session is for you. In this video, you're not going to learn a magic formula. Instead, I intend to give you a detailed and highly practical analytical method that will significantly help you in the 1 minute time frame. You'll be able to read price action better, identify important levels, and with the help of candlestick psychology, help you execute higher quality entries for your 3-minute trades. My primary goal in this training is for you to learn how, before entering any trade, to carefully analyze the chart as if you were reading a map, so you can accurately identify the most strategic entry points available. Just as I have demonstrated in my previous videos, I will begin the process by searching for a solid trading opportunity. After identifying an opportunity and opening a trade, I come back and explain that trade and the specific reasons for entering it to you. During the time I'm actively searching for an entry opportunity, I'm going to speed up the video a bit so that it doesn't take up your time and the video doesn't get too long. Before we get started, there are a few key things I need to explain to you right here. Let me go over these points with you right now. As you can clearly see on my chart here, I have drawn these 3 specific lines, which are actually our key levels. If you want to add these same lines to your own chart, you can simply click on the draw tool located on the left side. Let me make this a bit smaller here. Look, here you click on horizontal line. If you click once here, you'll see a blue line gets added, and then I can close this. If you click on it again, you'll see a menu opens up. In this menu, you can duplicate, lock, or delete it. Click on it here, and you can easily set the type of line, or you can modify the thickness of the stroke and change its color as well. Alright, let me click on it here once and create a duplicate of it. I'll repeat this. If I grab the same line again and drag it down, do you see that 2 lines have been added here? Alright, let's delete this one. We don't need it. For now, as you can see on the chart, I am currently on the 1 minute time frame right now. I am trading, and as you can see down here on the bottom left hand corner, my trade time is set to 3 minutes, and for now, I will keep the entry amount at exactly $100. But later, if these increase, there are a few important points I need to mention specifically about the levels and market movements. I need to quickly explain a few things about the levels here. For example, look at the levels. These lines that we've added here as levels are not supposed to... In fact, these levels work for us, but they're not supposed to stay fixed everywhere until the end. We're trading on the 1 minute time frame in the binary options market, and these lines need to be updated and adjusted after every trend and after the close of each candle. So therefore, it is essential that I update these lines on a regular basis. The next important point that I really need to mention here is this. For this specific type of trading, we have 3 fundamental rules, 3 very simple and straightforward rules that I will explain to you clearly right from the start. The first crucial rule you must always follow is to only enter a trade after the price touches the level. The second rule is to get a candlestick confirmation signal. The third rule is to enter in the proper direction of the trend. That means we must always enter the market in the direction of the trend. Of course, sometimes it happens that we enter the market against the trend as well. If such a situation arises and I want to open a trade like that, I will definitely explain it to you. As you can see, I am trading on the QUOTEX broker and the registration link. This broker's link is available under all the videos in the description section, and you can easily register in 30 seconds with just an email and password. So let's look for an opportunity. And after I find an opportunity and want to open a trade, I'll come back and explain everything to you. So right here, I entered a 3-minute buy trade, but let me explain the reasoning behind this move to you in much more detail. Look, here we have one level, and just a bit above it, we have another level which is located right here. A downtrend was formed on the chart. The price returned to this level, pushed slightly higher, and then it came back down to test the level once again. From this point, buyers entered the market and formed this very strong green candle right here. This is the exact confirmation candle you see here, and after seeing this bullish momentum, I decided to enter. So I actually took a buy trade. This is a very strong candle where buyers entered and pushed the candle up. If you look closely, let me highlight this for you. From here, you can see that this green candle actually fully covered the previous 3 candles, and right here you can see the trend start to shift as the market moves forward. You can clearly see how much buying volume has entered the market right here, and the buyers are looking strong at this point, with a significant number of buyers entering the market from here. And please pay close attention to this level that we've marked here, my friends. We're trading on the 1-minute time frame, so these levels are never exact. You only mark the level to roughly identify the most important areas. Sometimes it is difficult because there's a lot of market noise on the 1-minute time frame. Sometimes the price might actually reach your level, and other times, like in this situation here, it might not quite reach it. But the strong upward trend that formed immediately after this candle shows that a significant amount of buyers entered the market. And this large green bullish candle completely covered all 3 of its previous candles, so I entered a long buy position here, and there's still some distance to go. There is still quite a bit of distance to the first level in the price's path, and you do not see any selling pressure on this candle either. So actually, if we consider a higher level situated way up there, you will start to notice that, in fact, positioned right here in this spot, if you take a moment to look very closely. Right here in this section, there was a key level that the candle broke through with strong momentum, eventually closing well above it to confirm the breakout. If you look closely at the price action, you don't see any immediate pressure coming from the sellers above this candle here either. Consequently, buyers entered the market with a lot of strength at this stage, successfully pushing the price up from this exact point. As you can clearly see right here on the screen, this trade has just closed with a very nice profit for us, and it actually ended up giving us a total profit of $189. All right then, let's take a look around for another good opportunity and open up another trade using the exact same approach as before. My plan for this video is to complete 4 or maybe 5 trades in total, and we have just finished the very first one of the sessions. So let's go ahead and look for 3 or 4 more solid opportunities now and trade those as well to see what kind of results we can get, so I can explain them to you or through these various trades. right here, I decided to enter into a sell trade. If you take a look at the chart here, this was one of those specific setups I explained to you in our previous lessons, where we can strategically enter against the minor trend. Look closely here. We have two clear levels, one sitting below and one above, and as we can see, the price simply couldn't reach this target level. It couldn't quite reach it. And this upward trend that formed right here, you can clearly see the candles came up and hit this level. But the buyers weren't able to push the price above this specific level. Even though the price level was very close, you can clearly see a red candle formed right here. After this specific red candle closed, I decided to enter a sell trade because I saw a clear sign of weakness in the buyers. And this type of weakness, when it happens at a key level, is very important for you to recognize. When you have your own levels, you can easily identify the weakness of both buyers and sellers in the market. Look, if we take a close look at our overall larger trend, it is a downtrend. But if we look at the more immediate, short-term, smaller trend, it is an uptrend. And based on that larger trend, which is our primary major trend and is a downtrend, here when I observed that the price actually came down and hit this key technical level, and a smaller, more compact candle started to form there right at that moment, on my specific level, the buyers couldn't push themselves to reach this particular level that was just a bit higher. This means the buyers are becoming weak, and the buyers in the uptrend are now exhausted and don't have the strength to push the price any higher here. So therefore, right here at this specific moment, I decided to enter a sell trade. And my expectation is that after exactly 3 minutes, this current market price will close significantly below my entry point. And I expect to profit successfully from this trade. And now let's wait until the very final moment when this trade closes and see exactly what the result will be. This was truly one of those fundamental truths I explained to you at the very beginning of the video, that if you initiate a trade against the trend at the right moment and in the ideal spot, and then execute this specific position, that trade had over an 80% chance of closing with profit. Well, just a few more seconds, and this trade of ours also closed with profit, giving us $194 in profit on a $100 trade. This was our first trade, and this is our second trade, which actually gave us a net profit of $94. We see a strong trend forming here, and it was so powerful that even our lower level was broken. This shows how powerfully the sellers have entered the market and are pushing the price down. All right, should I clear these lines? Let's look for another opportunity and open another trade together. So far, we've done 2 trades together. Let's do 3 more trades. Let's do the rest together, and then I'll take my leave from you. Alright, I have just entered a new buy trade right here. Friends, this setup happened very quickly, and actually let me show you the exact reason for opening this trade. At first, since many of you asked me to move these levels around for better clarity, just take a look at this. I would like to explain to you the specific reasons for opening this trade. As you can clearly see on the chart, a strong and decisive green candle has formed right here. After hitting this key support level, if you take a look at the overall trend, there is a clear upward trend developing here. The price action is showing strength and looks ready to continue its move higher from here. Basically, the price came down, hit our support level, and then once again it bounced back from there and reversed direction. It is moving up, and you can clearly see that the buyers have entered the market strongly and are trying to push the price up to this upper level here. So after all the downward pressure that was actually exerted, we are seeing a shift in momentum. If you take a look at this green candle that you see right here, after this trend that has formed on the chart, this is a very strong and clear upward trend. And this bullish green candlestick that has formed right here, along with the significant buying pressure that you can clearly see here. Right after this candle closed, I immediately decided to enter, and you can even see that quite clearly because I entered the room very quickly, just very quickly indeed. Our entry even opened a bit higher. Look, I have marked this level. This is the best place where you can mark a level. It should always be a place where there have been more touches. Or you see a doji there. And here we have several touches and also a doji, which, well, let's bring it here. As a matter of fact, after the green candle closed decisively slightly but noticeably above our level, I immediately, as we saw in the video, and this also became significant, and you can see that a bit, even the green candle closed above that level and you don't see any pressure either. You can check it again. Now this has gone a bit below here and actually can't be seen. You can even see here there's no pressure, and the significant distance we have to this level is why I made the decision to enter a buy trade. And as you can see, our trade also closed with a profit. The third successful trade we made together right after this strong green candle closed and had passed through our key level. There was no pressure on it, and the levels were set correctly. So it was an immediate buy trade. Here we actually executed it together, and you can see that our trade closed with a profit. All right. Let's search for and identify another solid trading opportunity and go ahead and execute another trade together right here in the market. Alright, here I opened a buy trade. Friends, pay close attention. Look, we did 3 $100 trades, and this trade I am doing is $300. I did it, and actually I increased the amount. I made the trade amount $300. I just placed a $300 trade, so should I explain? Look, right here, a clear upward trend has formed, as you can see here, and in fact the price has gone up from this point. It has now returned to this level, back to the level, and as you can clearly see here, we saw a bullish green candle here that formed right above our level. And the previous red candle, the one that successfully closed the remaining gap to the level, is a relatively weak bearish candle compared to its previous candle and only served to fill the gap to the level. And after seeing this strong green candle here, positioned well above the level and moving in the same direction as my current trend, after the close, this candle actually triggered a buy trade. Pay close attention to this. Do you see the buying pressure? The gap to the level exists for a reason. Our first level is right here, correct? So once this strong green candle finished closing, I entered a buy trade right at this specific point. My expectation for this setup is that after a period of 3 minutes has passed, our trade will successfully close well above our entry point. This trade definitely should go up. Look, the price is pulling back, but my expectation is that the price wants to come back up from here. Our trend is an upward trend. The level is a strong one. The price still hasn't reached the upper level. So therefore the price isn't supposed to reverse from the middle here. And my expectation is that the price wants to actually reverse here, and we closed this trade with a small loss, but we always need to keep in mind the OTC market and financial markets, while nothing is ever completely certain, Based on these levels and the psychological conditions of the candles, my expectation is that, in fact, the price will close above the point where I entered. Where was our group's entry? After this candle closes, let's wait and see what the outcome of this trade will be. Well, this trade actually closed in profit for me, and it gave us $561 in profit. Our initial amount was $300 and $261 was the profit. From this trade, as you can clearly see, the market price closed well above our entry point and is now trying to push itself to a higher level even more. All right, let's find one more opportunity. This is our final trade together. We wanted 5 trades. 4 are done, 3 $100 trades, 1 $300 trade, and this is the final $300 one. So let's look for an opportunity now, find one more trade together, make that trade, and then we'll wrap this video up. Alright, I'm currently waiting to see if a selling opportunity will present itself right here after this candle or not. In the last few seconds, well, I have just opened a sell trade here. Let me explain it to you. This is a very important opportunity, so please take a look. The trend is downward. Actually, it's a remarkably strong downtrend. Right here, the shape. Let me minimize this window and make my chart bigger so you can see. So we had a significant downtrend here. The price starting right from this point with this red candle, you can see that it broke our key level and buyers entered here. Take a look. I could have, after this red candle, it would have been very amateurish if I had entered a trade here just after seeing this shadow and this buying pressure. I waited to see if a pullback would happen. Is this candle actually opening at this specific level? Has this level truly been broken through or not? This is real, this is a valid breakout. So I waited until a green candle formed here, confirming the move. Look, here for example, the candle actually broke through and the price came back, but here it comes and a green candle forms below the level. This level is a very important one, my friends. It has been tested on several occasions. If in fact this candle had come up and closed above and broken through our established level, we would have had to consider this lower level. Look, because the chart is moving this level, in fact, we should have considered this area, and I definitely needed to update the level. Look, the trend is downward and you can see it's making lower lows. Here it's slowly forming, and the lower valleys, everything that the market is doing as it moves forward, it's actually coming down lower. So that's why it's very important for you to wait for confirmation, have a solid level, and place your trades in the direction of the trend. If the price had definitely come up and actually closed above this level with that green candle, I definitely wouldn't have been able to enter a sell trade here anymore. I would have entered and it would have been a sell. Here entering was very risky, and even after the re-entry candle, I waited for confirmation. The confirmation is that this green candle you see here closed below this level. This is our confirmation. And after this green candle, it closed here, and there's a gap down to the lower level we have where the trend is still downwards. And after these points, I entered a short sell trade right here, and my expectation was that with this strong downward trend, the price would definitely eventually reach at least the lower level here. And let's see what happens next. How nicely is it moving? The levels we drew, and this trade also closed with a profit. As you can see, it gave us a profit of $549. In fact, $249, as you can see here as well. We recently opened a $300 trade on the platform, which successfully gave us a $249 profit in return. As you can see, it's actually very important where you decide to enter a trade. Do you see this? Our first trade was right here. $100 trade. This is the second $100 trade. This is the third $100 trade, the fourth $100 trade, a $300 trade, and this one right here was also our very last $300 trade. And this was our last trade. As promised, we made 5 trades together. 3 were $100 trades and 2 were $300. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you found it useful, be sure to hit the like button for your own channel, so you don't miss out on any future videos, upcoming tutorials, and new techniques. Thanks for watching. Be the first person to know when new videos are released. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for staying with me up to this point in the video. I hope you're always full of energy and successful.